What's up, guys, and welcome to Bill. It is another super hot Alabama day. It feels like 1,000,000 degrees outside. I think the heat index is like 103 or something with 100% humidity because it's the South, and it is miserable. But we got to get some work done to the garage to get it ready for the next project. Now, if you saw the last video we posted on the garage, you kind of saw what I've done the past like 2 or 3 years to get it to this point. So that was building the paint booth, putting the garage door in, building the driveway to get cars into here, doing some painting and a few other things, as well as all of this lighting. I didn't actually film me doing the lighting. I didn't film me cleaning this place up. My wife and I bought this in the house that we live in as a fixer-upper. They hadn't been touched in a really long time. And so like we redid all the electricity, we gutted the entire house, did all new floor plan, all that stuff. And we did the same thing in here. Then here it was really nasty, really dirty. There was a wall kind of where I'm standing that I'm not sure what it was doing there, and the wiring was super sketchy. So just ripped everything out, fixed some holes in the concrete, rewired the whole building, and then did the work that you guys saw in the last video. Now we are going to finish up what I think is necessary for us to go into doing more builds on the channel in this garage. The first build I ever did was the Corolla. That was the first one I ever did inside this garage. And I did it that way to kind of learn what this garage needs, kind of what I missed out on in my first go-round. And I learned a lot. And so the biggest thing that we need to be able to film in here and to be able to work in here effectively, other than a massive fan, is better lighting. So the ceilings in here are really low. To give you reference, I'm hitting one, and I'm hitting one of my ceiling rafters, and I'm 5'7". So this is about maybe 6'3" or so. From the ground to where you would hit your head on the ceiling, and it's just not good. I keep hitting the lights with tools and stuff with the camera when I'm moving it around, and it does this weird thing where the light is so low that it kind of, you guys see how it's kind of, I don't know, kind of blurring out right there because there's so much light in that one area. Yeah, it's just not good. So what we're gonna do is move the lights up, but to do that we gotta move the ceiling up. You can move these rafters up a certain amount before it compromises the integrity of the building. So we're gonna move them up as much as possible. I got all new ones that are bigger, and we're gonna give ourselves a little bit more headroom. And then I also ordered a ton of lights. They're in boxes over here. So we are gonna be, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to be quadrupling the amount of lights in here. We're going to full LED setup, so you won't have this kind of warm up period. It's gonna be really, really nice, and it should make this place light up like the surface of the sun at night. So I'm very excited about that. I think it's gonna make working in here and filming much more enjoyable, and I think it's gonna be more enjoyable for you guys to watch. You go to see what I'm doing. All right, I wanna stop sweating. I gotta go unload the truck. Hey, dude.
And subscribe to our channel.
And subscribe to our channel. I gotta go unload the truck, and then we're gonna throw these things up. My dad told me he'd come help me, but he's not here yet, and he's working. So we've got a couple hours to try to do a couple of these on my own.
Let's not do it on our own. Let's wait for my pops.
He'll probably come help us in a minute.
Where is Pop?
Working. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get some of these up. We'll see if it works.
Whoa, do you see that picture?
Nope. All right, so my dad is here now, and we're gonna do some reiteration of these kind of rafters that I was building. We don't really like how little of a contact patch there is on the roof line, so what we're gonna do is cut angles on all of them so they fit up in there a lot better. It should be a lot stronger. And we've already done one. It's so much easier with 2 people, so we're gonna go knock these out real quick, and then we should be able to start removing these low rafters and getting them out of the way. We'll get a little headroom in here. Oh, I also already removed all the lights, so it's kind of dark. All right, so back in the shop, day 2, we cleared out the ceiling. I've never been able to do this before. Pretty great. And it looks really good, but we've got no lighting. I had to pull all the lighting down because it was connected to those lower rafters that we just pulled out. I've got 2 rafters on either side of me that still need to come out, but we're gonna change the way the garage door opens so that we can open up the ceiling a little bit more. Before we do that though, we need to have some light. So what I'm gonna do is run around basically the entire perimeter of the shop, install some plugs, some like receptacles, and a switch over by the door, which I've never had in here. I've always had to use the breaker. And then we'll be able to start plugging up all of our lights. I did order a bunch of lights, so I'm really excited to see what it looks like with all of those. We're gonna run some lights all the way kind of around at an angle to kind of fill in the dark spaces, the shadows, and then we're gonna run some directly over the top. If it works well, if it looks good, I'm gonna show it to you guys and share it with you for your other guys that are wanting to get good lighting in videos or just good lighting in their shop, because I couldn't find much for this type of setting. So basically my plan is just to light it up, put lights everywhere, and hopefully it works and looks good. We'll see. All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's crazy hot in here. Probably the hottest that it's been all year. I'm drinking a full bottle of water between each outlet. I've got 2 in now. Water bottle number 2. But I've got this thermometer. I'm gonna take it up there and just see how hot it is, because it does feel ridiculously hot. So yeah, up here is 104. It's actually not as hot as I thought it was. So I got the entire place taped up and masked off. I went ahead and dumped 3 gallons of black paint into this pail behind me, and I've got a paint sprayer, like a house sprayer. This thing always gives me trouble trying to get it started. Once it gets going, it's fine, but getting it started is always a hassle. Anyway, I'm gonna get this thing started. We're gonna start spraying the roof. I hope 3 gallons is enough, but looking at it, we may end up having to buy some more. And then I'm also gonna spray this garage door, make it look a little bit better. Should be fun. Let's do it. All right, so this is round 3 with this painter. The first time I was very excited and enthusiastic. Now I'm just ready for it to be done. If you haven't figured it out yet, I taped up the entire perimeter of the garage, and we're gonna be painting the roof black. I think it'll just look a lot cleaner, look a lot nicer, kind of hide everything that's going on up there. And like I said, I was very enthusiastic about this, but these like home painters, the sprayers you use to like paint the outside of house and stuff, they're super finicky, especially if you don't use them very often. And getting them primed and set up is just kind of annoying if you're not used to it. I'm not. So anyway, I think I've got this one working now. Like I said, this is take 3. Hopefully it works. I'm gonna go paint this section, assuming that this actually worked. Wish me luck. All right, round 5. Oh, that's frustrating. So still not fixed. It won't build pressure. We're gonna get on the phone with customer service. So far, this job has taken about 3 hours longer than I thought it would, and we haven't even painted 1 coat yet. The joys of home ownership. Well, through further investigation and taking the whole thing apart and cleaning it, we found out that our paint sprayer's finally given up. We've had it for about 10 years, so I guess that makes sense, but it's a little bit frustrating to be at this stage and not have a sprayer. So I guess I'm gonna go get another one. But that means today is shot. So we'll pick back up tomorrow. Okay, so we got another sprayer from a friend, well, family member actually. Thank you, Uncle William and Sissy. It's gonna work good, I hope. I've got it primed, I've got it set up. I think that we're actually gonna do spray paint. Now, I have been working at this for over 24 hours. This is like a YouTube nightmare, but we're gonna get it done. I think it's gonna be awesome. Hopefully it works. All right, so I just went to the store and I got a new wand to spray this thing with. And I opened it up and put it on and noticed there was no tip in that wand. So it's $37 and it doesn't come with a tip. My old tips are clogged, I believe. I could not get them clean earlier, but I don't want to go out again. This will be my 4th time out today trying to get this thing working. So I'm gonna clean this tip. I normally have a pretty high threshold for frustration, but right now, the scales are tipping. So I'm gonna try to get this thing clean here so I don't have to leave again, so I don't have to spend more money. I don't know how much these are. I just paid $40 for that wand, thinking that there was a tip in it. Obviously, it's a separate piece. So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but we're gonna try to clean this. Well, it's 7:20 on day 2, and I just replaced the tip as well. I also replaced that little rod thing. So everything in the system is brand new so far. Oh, and it's still not working. I know you may be thinking, well, this is probably, I know you may be thinking this is probably the first time that you ever used this thing. This is the 7th time that I've sprayed with one of these. I've always had an issue. We always have to end up buying something new.
To the camera.
Don't talk like a baby. Anyway, that's enough complaining. I've got a new tip. I've got a new like rod thingy. The pump itself is new. It's building pressure unlike the last one, but for some reason it's still not spraying. I made sure the tip was the right size. I used the little chart at Lowe's to tell you what size you need for what machine for what type of paint, and it's still not wanting to spray. So I'm gonna do more research. We have been at this for 20 hours, so it's 20 hours ago. 3 weeks. Feels like 3 weeks. 20 hours ago we started. Obviously this could already be painted with a roller. Not well, but it could have been. It's a little bit frustrated. I'm a lot frustrated.
This is all
just ready for this to be done.
This thing is all done.
This has been really bad.
This thing is
ruined my
all
schedule.
done.
It's not all done.
No, we can't do it because the paint worker is not working.
The paint worker's not working. Back to the drawing board. Take 11, 10, 11?
Let's go inside. Let's go inside.
Okay. I spent some more time taking stuff apart last night and realized that the gun that I was using had some sort of issue with it. None of this stuff is serviceable, so I got another gun. And we're going to try using that one. So I think it's going to work this time. This is my 12th attempt at painting this thing. But I've gone through and replaced just about every component of this thing. Now what you're wondering, wouldn't it be cheaper to just buy a new? Yeah. Let's do it. Okay, so I almost ran out of paint, but I did not. You can tell there's tons of overspray with this process. I probably should have worn a suit, but I couldn't find any at the store. So what I'm gonna do, I gotta let that dry because I can't really tell if it's even or not. It doesn't have to be super even, just close. It's the roof, like it doesn't really matter that much, but as long as it's kind of close to an even black. But I'm gonna let it dry, let it flash off, and then I'll come back and hit any spots that you can still see through or that look kind of splotchy. Just go over them, kind of a mist coat, sort of, to kind of even everything out. And then we'll be done with this, what was supposed to be a very small part of this whole build. But when that's done, we can throw some lights up, and I think we're gonna call the video after we get the lights up, because this is just taking forever. All right, I'm gonna go get cleaned up. See you in a minute.
Turn the light on.
Well, there are no lights right now.
Where are they?
I took them all out. I gotta put new ones up.
Let's go get the new ones. Put them up. Is this the day to put the new ones up?
I might be able to start it today, hopefully. What do you think about it? I mean, does it look good?
You should add a little rainbow paint on it.
All right, so here we are. My son thinks that we need a little bit of rainbow paint, but I'm really happy with how this turned out. I really wanted.
The whole thing off.
Okay, I'm really happy with how this came out, even with all the drama. I'm stoked the ceiling is black. I think it's just going to disappear kind of into the background, which is what I wanted once all the lighting is up. We're going to do lighting across this whole thing. Now, you notice I did not bother to paint this or this one right here. Those are both going to come out to make way for the door. I also painted the door, which is kind of hard to tell, but that's black. This is like one of those blue or gold situations.
Rainbow lights on?
Not yet, buddy. But anyway, that is black. It's flat black, so that'll be kind of cool too when it's down. It's not time yet. All right, so once this garage door lifts up into the ceiling, we'll be able to remove these trusses and do what we did everywhere else. And yeah, it should feel a lot better in here.
That thing is so bigger.
It is so much bigger. And then we can hang up our lights, and we will be done with this part of the project. Whew! All right. We are lit up almost all the way. I've got 3 more lights that are definitely not necessary. As you can see, it's really bright in here, but I'm gonna fill in some more and try to get rid of, like you see this shadow on my face, try to get rid of some of that harsher lighting, which I know why that's there. Anyway, but overall, I'm way brighter in here, especially at night. You guys will see that in the upcoming video, but it's way brighter at night. You can actually see what you're doing, and that's gonna make me a lot more productive. I've got to put a light over there, and then also behind me over the garage, there's gonna be more lights, but I realized after putting those 2 up that I'm gonna have to move them probably, because the garage is gonna change so that we can remove these beams that we didn't paint. We're gonna move them up like we did with the rest of everything, and then that will change the angle of the garage door as well, so it'll get lifted up higher and out of the way. So because of all that, those lights are gonna have to move, but I'll leave them there for now. When I move all that and change the garage door, which maybe next week, I don't know, we'll deal with the rest of the lighting. I don't know that I'll put that in a video though, I'll just do it. I'm so glad this video is over. I'm sweating like crazy, it's so hot. But it took three more days to film than I thought it would. I thought it would take me 3 days to do, which it would have had I not had all the painting issues. So it took 6 days to film, which is just way too long, but it's done. And this is a huge job, and it's one that I've just been dreading from day one. So I've still got some stuff to paint, stuff to do in the garage. Before I do anything else in here, I've got to clean up. So I'm going to do that. It'll be off camera. You don't have to watch me clean. I may do one more garage video if I feel like it's interesting. If not, we'll just roll into the next build. I just picked up the wheels for it, which are pretty great. I don't know if you could see those in the film or in the video anywhere, but they're sitting back there behind me. They're really sick. At least the first set of wheels we're going to use. So I think that means I've got every major portion of this build sitting right here in the center of this garage. So we'll get started on that very soon. I just wanted to get this out of the way. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know we've been in kind of a, sweating. I know we've been in kind of a weird season right now as I'm kind of transitioning into the next build. I needed to get some stuff cleared out of the way, like selling MR2, fixing up the garage, things like that. So thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for watching. And we will be moving into the next build really soon. After I clean up. But I'm gonna call this video here. I'm tired of filming. I'm very hot, and very much ready to take a break. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. That's it. Oh, secret word of the day. That's not it. Secret word of the day is going to be, oh, I know. Secret word of the day is going to be MR2, because as of now, the MR2 still hasn't sold. I've got 5 people that have messaged me interested, but nobody has followed through. So I may change the way I'm selling it, may go to an auction or something. We'll see. But as of now, still for sale. So the secret word of the day is MR2. I'll see you guys in the next one.